Hey guys, what's going on? So, I was recently going over the videos that I've done, and I seem to have forgotten something that you probably should know, and I wanted to talk about. And that is my own interpretation of the Disney animated timeline. This is like the time frames for every Disney movie that's ever been created up until Moana. So here we go. I'm going to do this like maybe 3 minutes long, mostly, hopefully. So between Snow White and Bambi, those 5 movies, I like to call that the old classics. This is the stuff that every single one of these movies are classic. And it wasn't until Saludos Amigos that they kind of went away from the 3-act structure and started making compilations of shorts. Which is why I like to call the era between Saludos Amigos and Melody Time the compilation era. This is the era between Saludos Amigos and Melody Time that are all compilations of shorts put together to make a feature-length film. And I'll get more into that when I get to Saludos Amigos and all that. But, yeah, there you go. After that, we get the era between Cinderella and, I'm gonna say, the Jungle Book, that I'm gonna call the New Classics era. And in the New Classics era, this era is the last few animated movies that Walt Disney had direct involvement in before he died. And you can tell because most of them are still classics. There's a text. So, yeah. After that, we get what I like to call Schlump number 1. Schlump number 1 is between the Aristocats and Oliver and Company. Why do I call this Schlump number 1? Because the quality of animation and the time frame that each movie's being put in lacked, okay? There was a time where we didn't get an animated movie for like 7 years from Disney. Yeah. And the one that we did, the animation suffered quite a bit. The animation was really, really cheap. Were there some classics? Yes. Okay, Robin Hood, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Okay, those are classics. But most of these movies were really, really lacking. They were pretty crappy. So that's why I call it Schlump number 1. And then we get what everyone calls the Disney Renaissance. And this is the time frame between 1989 and 1999 between Little Mermaid and Fantasia 2000. And this is where Disney goes back to its roots, changing a few elements to fit with the times and just coming back as an animation studio. But then, sadly, we get Schlump number 2, and this is the one that the quality suffered even more than Schlump number 1. This is the one where the animation wasn't that bad, but the stories were really bad. They were terrible. They were awful. They were just crappy. And this is also the time where they said they would make only CGI movies now. This was the time between The Emperor's New Groove and I'm gonna say Meet the Robinsons. This is the time where they said that the 2D animation was suffering so much that they couldn't make them anymore, and they were switching to full-on CGI. But fortunately, though, they did not, and that's when this is when we're in the period right now that I like to call the Neo-Disney era. This is the new Disney era that's mixing a lot of Pixar movies with traditional princess stories. This is the time between Bolt onward, okay, through Moana, if Moana's good. But I think it's gonna be good. So, yeah, there we go. That's it. Of course, I'll have some explanations to it when I get to those movies that break up. And, yeah. There you go. Hope to see you soon, and, yeah, check out the Disney reviews.